Hey, Science Seekers, this is Mr. Pfeiffer coming at you with another episode, and we are going to be highlighting for our 6 parts about the Google Science Projects, which is conducted by our Mead Magnet students in science class, both in 7th and 8th grade. And what we're looking at today is the 6 finalists, and today we have Shakti. Shakti, can you go ahead and actually, I'm going to let you talk through the video first, and then we'll ask you some questions. All right, and here is your video right here. Sorry, I had it up and running earlier. There it is. Introduction. All right. So for all of you guys that are just seeing this for the first time, you should know that all of these videos were filmed obviously at home, and all of these experiments were conducted during quarantine at their homes outside of school as part of their projects for their magnet science program.
Hi, my name is Shakti Narval, and I'm an 8th grader at Mead Junior High. I'm excited to share my project with you and the science behind the experiment that I've conducted. Something I've always found interesting to understand and research is color. What creates it? How do people that aren't me see it? Does it have any effect on their brains? Is it similar or different to how I process seeing color? All of these questions were the foundation of my project and built my research and procedure on them. The problem that I've found and created a solution to is connectivity between students and teachers through a virtual or in-person platform. Many students tend to miss multiple key factors and points in an assignment, which leads to them getting frustrated after they receive a grade. This can turn into a vicious cycle that can have detrimental effects on students in the long run. My solution to this problem relates to using color as a mood stabilizer, as the key to memory retention and arousal of attention. Research shows that students pay more attention and are able to retain more information by being engaged and invested in their work. Color can help them feel motivated to complete assignments and tests. I created an experiment which tested people based on how well that they think they are engaged in a discussion or assignment in class, and how much they retain. By the end of the experiment, I've tested them on 2 traditionally written assignments without color, as well as 2 assignments that are written based on my understanding of the effectiveness of color. By the end of the experiment, I was pleasantly surprised by most students' results, which were that people who read my modified passage and answered questions had a higher accuracy rate than when they read the traditionally written passage. There were also a few other Easter eggs written into the questions of the test, which would either disprove or prove other claims that I tested. My solution can have a broader reach to society because I can provide teachers with solutions to their students' academic performance, as well as improving the general mental health of students who already feel anxiety and depression, whether it is due to recent events or in general. Thank you.
All right. So what'd you end up finding exactly as your results, just out of curiosity?
So basically, my end results were that I tested blue as a stimulant for the brain, and then basically my results were that people really did retain more information as they were using blue. So I used blue in keywords and singularly without any other colors being used as my final solution.
Awesome. If you had some advice to like an incoming 7th grader that was going to do this journey and go through doing their own project, what would you tell them?
I think one important thing would be just to find something that you're really interested and passionate about, because that's the only way you're going to be able to really invest yourself in the work that you need to put into the project itself, and just really make the world a better place with science and something you like to do.
And I guess that leads to my next question, which you kind of alluded to, was how is your project making the world better?
My project's going to make the world better because a simple tool that can be used, such as color, will be really just in general a great way to involve students through a virtual platform at where teacher and student communication is a bit limited. However great it can be, it's still a bit limited in the fact that students might miss key points in an assignment, as I said in the video, and people won't really be able to grasp the fact that they're going to have negative impacts on their mental health once they find out their test scores. And it's constantly going to just eventually create this academic anxiety in students, which will obviously lead to more and more detrimental effects on their health. So color can just easily be used as the mood stabilizer to make sure that
they're still focused on their assignments, but striving to work harder.
And our final question today is, if you had to describe what was one struggle and one success during this journey that you'd like to share?
I think one struggle would have been just to choose which colors I wanted to use as stimulants, because there were, after all, so many different options, but I had to narrow them down to at least two so that my experiment would be efficient and be able to be completed in time. So I think just narrowing down the two colors that I used, which were red and blue, and then finding out that red wasn't as effective in the way that I used it in the format I used it would have been one thing I could have worked on. And then one success of mine was definitely the fact that people really, like, I guess the trend that I wanted to set and that I was hoping to happen did happen. And I guess that was one of my big successes, that my hypothesis turned
Yeah.
out to be mostly
That's
correct.
awesome. Well done. I gotta tell you, I'm quite proud of you. I think everybody else is gonna be really proud of you. This is super cool. And I
Thank
think
you.
it's awesome that you're trying to help education. So with that, we say goodbye. Till next time. Bye, guys. Peace.